Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about a new ZB1 album, Cinema Paradise. Yes, I call them Z-Bone. We all have to be okay with that. Anyway, here's my copy of their last mini album. Yes, it's backwards. For those who have the album, this is actually the back of it because the front doesn't have their faces. I wanted their faces, thus was the logic. But let's get into how this video is going to work because I'm actually on a bit of a time crunch. I'm just going to run through the songs, give you my thoughts on them, give the album a score out of 10 at the end, but I do have a few disclaimers. Disclaimer number 1, this album's new, it just came out. My opinions on it very much may change over time. Second disclaimer is my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because music is subjective, and that is great. Alrighty, cool. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the album. First song is the title track, Good So Bad, and it's very good, okay? I don't know if I would call this the best Z-Bone title, but it is certainly one of the best boy group titles of recent times. But let's just get into the song, okay? First up, verses. The first verse is good. It starts the song strong, it's fun, I enjoy it. The second verse is more complex, mainly because it's very long. Like, for a second verse in a K-pop song, very long verse, and also the quality varies a bit more. Like, the start, not a fan. Some of the raps, also not a fan, but the singing parts, definitely a fan. So it's complex. The bridge is also very pretty, and the music at the end, very cool, very unique. I enjoy it. In general, though, it's a great bridge. Now, let's talk about the chorus. I think I'm a little too obsessed with this chorus for my own good. It got me in ways I was not prepared for. I was jamming fully when I first heard it, and I first listened to this song before 6 a.m. So, a time where I don't want to be alive, and I was jamming. It's very much a power move. Big picture, though, for a modern boy group, a boy group that debuted in a post, 2019 world, this is a god tier release. It really is. I, for one, adore it and will be streaming it very consistently at work today. On to the next song, which is Kill the Romeo, and this is more of like a classic banger kind of sound, but it's still very good. I still really enjoy it. It still absolutely slaps. The verses are both great. The first verse, it just lets you know you're getting a banger, and I appreciate that. Like, it's one of those verses where from the first second you know what you're getting and you're excited for what you're getting. Meanwhile, the second verse, I don't like the rap, but the rest of it is great. The bridge is also stunning. It slows the song down without going too far, without messing with the song, which is something that cannot be said for every song on this album, and I appreciate that. As for the chorus itself, I don't love the first half. I can get through it, I can learn to love it for sure, but in this current state, I don't love it, but it's fine, because the second half more than makes up for it. That second half is amazing, and I love it so much. In short, a banger. An absolute banger. It has some flaws, as most songs do, but I personally still greatly enjoyed it. On to the next song, which is The Sea. Now, apparently this is the Z-Bone remake. I say apparently, like it isn't in the title. It's the Z-Bone remake. The original is by Up. I believe this is the lore that I found on Google. So do with this what you will. Either way, though, this song is very cute. It's like a chill, cute summer pop song, and I, for one, am very much here for it. Like the verses, okay? They aren't doing too much. They're on the more chill side, but they still have enough of that oomph, that je ne sais quoi, that it doesn't ruin the vibes. Like, they're not boring, but they're not too much of a banger, because that would ruin the vibes. They're the perfect level of banger. Similar thing with the chorus, frankly. Like, this is one of those songs where I feel like when I turn my brain off, it's gonna be great. Like, this, while I'm cooking dinner or answering emails, will definitely be a moment. Next is Insomnia. This is another really good song, okay? It's one of those ones where, from the beginning, I knew it was gonna be good. I was ready. Like, I heard the first little bit, and I was like, this is gonna be a good song, right? I was wrong. I was not prepared for how good this song was going to be. The background music is very cool, the verses are great, and the pre-chorus is great too, but if you ask me, the best part by far is the chorus. This chorus had me slightly in shock in ways I wasn't expecting. I was jamming my entire heart out. I was fully shaking ass at 6:10 in the morning. I was jamming my heart out before the sun was fully up. There are a few songs that can make me do that. This is now one of them. Basically, a great song. Definitely will be streaming her very consistently in the future. And if you're one of those people where you don't listen to B-sides as much, you're more of a title girl, that's fine. You're valid. But if you're going to listen to one B-side off this album, I would recommend it be this one. Okay, next is Road Movie. And it's fine, for sure. But the intro immediately brings the song down for me. It has the vibes of like an old K-pop intro, like first gen songs, one of those intros, but it doesn't have nearly as much charm. Intro aside, this song is honestly a bit messy. It's one of those songs where, to me, like the verses, the chorus, and the pre-chorus all sound like different songs to a certain extent, which I never love. The one that's the most out of place is the pre-chorus. I could see the chorus and the verses being the same song, but the pre-chorus being in between them just kills the flow. Like, as a whole, I wouldn't say it is a bad song. It is not the worst song I've ever heard, that's for sure. It's just not really for me, and if you ask me, it's probably the weakest on the album. Anyway, we have reached the final new song on this album, which is Eternity, and it's very pretty. Okay, it's a lot more toned down than the rest of the album, and it's really nice to listen to. The only issue is, this is also one of those songs where I don't have a lot to say about it. Like, it's a nice listen. Again, the chorus is gorgeous, they sound really good, but that's kind of all I got, so we're gonna move on. Closing out the album, we have the Korean version of Yura Yura, their Japanese song from a couple months ago, and I did a whole review for that song when it came out, so I'm gonna be speedier here, because frankly, I don't feel like repeating myself. This is not a good use of my time, and again, I'm on a time crunch. The Cliff Notes, though, a banger. An absolute banger. One of ZBone's best songs. I would say it's like identical to the Japanese version in almost every way, except I feel like the Japanese lyrics had a je ne sais quoi the Korean lyrics lack. But with that, it is now score time, and overall, I'm going to give this album a 9.3 out of 10. That's the score I've settled on. There's one miss on this album, and every other song is either really good or at least amazing. Like, a good few of them are amazing. So yeah, 9.3 out of 10. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know how you feel. You can like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And in the description, I will put all my other ZBone reviews. I'll put the Yura Yura one at the top, so you can watch that one to see my full thoughts on that song. But they'll all be down there. You may check them out if you so choose. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!